I believe that the Pyth network is extremely revolutionary. And as a result of that, I believe that Pyth could hypothetically go to the price of $10 during this bull run. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice nor guarantee. However, why do I think so? It's going to come down to the amazing fundamentals of the Pyth network, because you got to think about this. The Pyth network is a blockchain oracle for market data. Now, sometimes people don't really understand just how crucial this is, but let me break it down, because as we all know, there's thousands upon thousands of applications out there. And what do a lot of them need? They need something called off-chain data to function properly. And of course, there needs to be a solution to get that off-chain data, and that is where something like, for instance, an oracle does step in. Now, an oracle in this case, what it does is that, it's basically a data feed that brings data from off the chain, aka off-chain data, and brings that data over into the blockchain. And again, without this data, quite essentially, a lot of decentralized applications, they wouldn't be able to function. So this is very amazing. So when you take that into consideration, the Pyth network, it's not caca. I don't know why people keep saying that, wow, it's so trash, it's doo-doo, all this type of stuff. No, it does play a very vital role in my opinion. And if you take a look at the Pyth network, it really does give Chainlink vibes, because if people know about, these projects that have this oracle aspect, they'll of course know about Chainlink. It's pretty much the most established one out there, pretty much the biggest player, a lot of brand recognition. However, in my opinion, pretty much when it comes to Chainlink, again, as a result of that, it's pretty much already kind of relatively matured in the sense that it's way bigger than something like Pyth. And I think this right here is going to play to the advantage of Pyth, because, if anything, this right here is giving me a second chance at Chainlink, if that makes sense. I'm still bullish on Chainlink, but this, again, is kind of like Chainlink, but years ago, before it kind of had its, break-off moment, so to speak. And I really love that when it comes to Pyth, because you take a look at the market cap, it's way lower than Link, for instance. So yeah, this is pretty much a no-brainer pick for me. People love Chainlink's decentralized oracle network, so I don't get why, someone like me, for instance, wouldn't love, the Pyth network's, fundamentals. At least that's the way I take a look at it. And also, let's not forget, it's even been alleged that the Pyth network can, for instance, provide price feeds for smart contracts, so that's a thumbs up. Furthermore, also on top of that, even Pyth themselves claim that they deliver real-time market data for cryptos, equities, FX, and commodities to 50-plus blockchains, which is insane if you think about it. Over 50. Can you imagine just how established, relatively speaking, the Pyth network is? Again, it's not like a Chainlink level, but I think this right here is a great step in the right direction. And also take this into consideration, right? It also has over 95 major market participants, which is kind of insane. Now, these do include giants, much like Binance, Bybit, and OKX. 3 real deal top tier exchanges. So do you think that something that's, bad, something that's caca could be able to pull this type of stuff off? No, it wouldn't be able to do that. When real deal enterprises want to associate themselves with a project, the project better be good, because they do a lot of due diligence. They actually put time and effort to research this, So I think that when it comes to the Pyth network, it indicates that it's pretty much a very solid project. Now, also, let's take this into consideration, right? Currently, Pyth is helping facilitate over 500 data feeds and over 350 applications. So yeah, that's insane. Again, adoption is pretty much up there when it comes to Pyth. Now, also take this into consideration as well. When it comes to Pyth, it has a heavy emphasis towards DeFi, aka decentralized finance. And I really love this, because even though some people out there may think that the hype for DeFi is done, they think that DeFi is no more, but I think better days are ahead. And even according to Grandview Research, they do have a prediction for the DeFi market, in which they do predict that the size of it will be worth over $200 billion by 2030. Keep in mind, that's not even that far away at this point. We're nearing 2025. So basically, 5 years away? That's kind of crazy to think about. And I think it's only natural, as the DeFi market does continue to prosper moving forward, something like Pyth that's focused on DeFi in a sense is going to grow along with the ride. And I really can't wait, because not only is the Pyth network, fundamentally fantastic, but I think it's also focused on the right thing. Now, also, let's not forget about this, right? When it comes to Pyth, if it were to go to the price of $10, it wouldn't have a crazy market cap, because considering current circulating supply, market cap at that point would be around $36 billion. This is really peanuts if you think about it, because we've seen, for instance, something like SHIB reach around $40 billion in market cap in the past. Yeah, what was that about? We've seen Dogecoin reach over $80 billion. we've seen BNB reach over $100 billion in market cap. I mean, come on, right? This isn't like something unheard of or something crazy, again, around a $36 billion market cap. You know, if I'm saying that Pyth is going to go to like a $500 billion, $300 billion market cap, then yeah, of course, that's crazy. Come on, man. But around a $36 billion in the grand scheme of things, it's like so little. You know, it's not even 50% of Dogecoin's all-time high market cap. This is kind of peanuts in the grand scheme of things. And also, take this into consideration. This bull run could be so special. There's over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. Now, at first glance, people may think that, okay, this number is kind of not that great. You know, there's billions upon billions of people in this world. Why is like over 600 million something to behold? Well, I think it's something to behold because you take a look back in the peak of the 2021 bull run. At that time, you know, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. So now that we have some perspective into this, I think some people are beginning to understand that this is actually a very impressive figure because even back then in 2021, you take a look at that bull run, right? It was so special. It was so amazing. The FOMO, the buying pressure, the buying volume felt like it was through the roof. So imagine all of that, but amplified in such a fantastic way this time around due to the sheer amount of new crypto owners. I mean, it's going to be amazing, hypothetically. And I really can't wait. Also, on top of that, you take a look at Bitcoin. You know, the ETF is amazing. You take a look at the number of institutional investors. And also, on top of that, the amount of institutional adoption for Bitcoin is just through the roof. So with all those amazing factors, this altcoin season is going to be bad? No, I don't think so. Because as Bitcoin reaches, you know, greater heights, like 100,000, 150,000, I think it's only fair to assume that altcoins, much like Pyth, they're going to go along with the ride. So at that point, Pyth, at the price of $10, I don't see why not. And you also have to take this into consideration, though. It's not going to happen like tomorrow or whatever like that, because typically it does require some time. Now, as to exactly how much time, you know, it's impossible to predict. But we can take a look at history because history does leave some clues. Now, it doesn't always repeat itself, but it tends to rhyme because historically speaking, altcoins, they've been known to peak as a worst case scenario around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, the Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, so that would mean around October of next year. Granted, could it happen sooner? Yes. But let's say it happens a little bit later. I'm prepared for that because I am dollar cost averaging. Anytime an income, I'm acquiring, I'm holding, and I'm just waiting. That's it. You know, I am not a day trader. I don't use leverage. I don't swing trade. So I don't really care what happens to the price in the short term. Again, I just quite essentially put those horse blinders on, right? And then I just focus on just accumulating, right? Dollar cost averaging and just quite essentially ignoring whatever happens to the price every 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days. It's like, who really cares about that, really? Again, I'm not a day trader. I like to keep things simple. And again, why would I not keep things simple if the bull run could be that fantastic with all those amazing factors? You know, Pyth going to the price of $10 during this bull run, you know, I don't think that'd be crazy at all. And you also have to take into consideration the trajectory of Pyth. There's going to be more decentralized applications that are going to pop up. And it's only natural that, again, they're going to need off-chain data. So guess what happens? They're going to have a high probability of choosing something like Pyth because when it comes to projects that are focused on this Oracle aspect, there's actually not that many good players out there. Yeah, sure, there's Pyth, there's Chainlink. You also take a look at Flare. You know, they do have the Flare time series Oracle. But really beyond that, it kind of feels like it falls off a cliff. So just imagine, as more and more decentralized applications pop up, these developers, you know, they might need to choose a solution, right, to get their off-chain data from. So if there isn't that many options, the probability of something like Pyth to get chosen is naturally going to be a lot higher. So I really love that. I can't wait for the future of Pyth. I think it's so bright. I think it's in such a unique niche, such a fantastic market. But sometimes people don't understand this. But hey, man, I think it's a sleeping giant, hypothetically, not financial advice. But at the price of, again, $10 during this bull run, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I think Pyth is that fantastic. And I think this bull run could very well be that amazing. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain. I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.